Good evening, everyone. My name is Edgar, and this is Mystcon. Tonight, we are doing part 4 of Sung by Bee. So get your warm beverage, maybe keep the lights down a bit, and settle in for a crazy ride. Be sure to do us and yourselves a favor and click the like and subscribe button to make sure you don't miss out on any of our awesome updates. Chapter 6, Rot Overture in C minor. The Song of the Kandar is being sung loudly and in full effect as far as Frank is concerned. He needed answers. Carla greets him with dinner, but Frank detours to the restroom to release his breakfast the same way it went in. Eventually, his wife stopped bothering him and retired for the evening. Frank is even more baffled than before. His only hope is to return to the place he was the night before, to return to the travel. The song of travel once more rings through the house, and Frank diminishes from this world as the song's power increases. This is not a forest or a room, Roy thinks as he is sitting in mud. It is a field covered with a fog. Sounds or songs of war fill the dense air. Explosions and gunfire are separated by screams. Roy came in search of answers from his mushroom friend, but instead he is more lost than ever. He stands up and begins to walk until he hits the very edge of woodland and moor. Hoping to avoid being shot, Roy follows the edge. The forest is dead and dark, but is a forest nonetheless, and this is some comfort. Being Roy is to be stoned and hallucinogenic. With this in mind, Roy more or less stumbles in this place and is reminded of high school days. Roy wanders and fights with his mind to remember the name of the man with the magical mushrooms. "Aye, watch where you're walking," Roy hears as he trips and falls on his face. "Who's there?" trickles from Roy's lips with the mud. "Rot is the name," the voice tells. "What business have ye in this place?" Rot's voice resembled the mushroom man's, but was more deep and coarse. "I am seeking." Roy clambers to his feet, wiping mud and grass from his body. "And what are ye seeking?" The shock of this sight wears away fast. "Answers." "Perhaps I can assist you if you assist me." "Name your price, good sir." Roy finds himself speaking like the man. "About 1 meter from my feet is a silver box." Roy seeks and retrieves it. "And inside are tiny cigars." "Yes." Roy opens and sees the little sticks of death. "Light one." Although Roy debates the contents of these items, he does as the man requested. "Come closer, sir," Rot commands. As Roy comes close, he notices that a great orifice stretches a good portion of Rot's throat. The hole is as dark inside as the rest of Rot's body. It makes sense why his name is Rot. It would seem that this man has been rotting for some time. It would also seem that this man has never bathed. His trousers may have once been a recognizable color, but now they are as grimy as the mud he sits in. His button-up shirt drapes unbuttoned on his withered figure. It is yellow and soiled with age. The stomach lining must have breached somewhere in time and allowed the acid to creep out and devour. How does he eat? Roy thinks, or possibly said, it's hard to tell. The man's head, bald. Thin patches of hair hang on the slow breeze that passes now. Perhaps this man was in a fire, or just been rotting a lot longer than Roy could imagine. Help me lean my back on the tree. I can't do it myself. Moving the man seemed simple enough, but the brittle condition of his body helped to push it for further decay. Sorry about that, Roy says, as pushing the man jostles skin chips from the body on which they grew. They fall with small thump sounds. "'Tis all right." Rot's reply is unconcerned as he is now sitting upright like a ventriloquist dummy. "Give me." Rot reaches for the cigar. "Not so fast, my friend. What is going on here?" Roy holds the stogie out of reach. The man's eyes are intact. There is no question about that as they jolt to and fro, frantically thinking about this burning cigar. "A war," he speaks quickly. "Please." He reaches again with his left hand, for the right one is too rotten to move on its own. "Whose war?" "The lawful rulers declared any region or Nasier tribesman caught here would be executed. They fight." "Tell me of the Kandar." Roy can tell he holds the creature's livelihood. "Someone sings their song. For revenge, or just plain old malice, I presume." Rot squirms. "One more thing. I am looking for magical mushrooms." "I have none." Rot is loud. "Please, for God's sake, give me the smoke." "Very well." Roy hands it over. "You are useless to me anyway." Roy watches Rot put the cigar in his mouth. He uses his left hand to lift the right hand up to the crevice in his own throat. He covers the hole with his right hand and grips tight. Apparently, the right hand works, just not the arm. Finally, he puts the cigar between the fingers on his right hand, closes his mouth, and inhales. "Thank you, my friend," Rot exhales with his mouth. "You have no idea how agonizing it's been not being able to reach them." Roy is intrigued with Rot's smoking method. "Yeah, well, see ya." Roy begins to go away. "To find the mushrooms, sing their song." "I know of no such song." Roy turns around to face the creature again. "Yes, you do, Roy. You have just forgotten it." And that's the end of Chapter 6. All right, guys. That wraps it up for me tonight. But stay tuned for the next installment, because I'm sure you do not want to miss it. Now, if you happen to be on this channel because you're interested in sinister or villainous events, you guys should check out Evil Expo. These guys have a really cool event coming up. I'll leave the link and the date down below, and so you can go check out their list of entertainers and all kinds of neat things going on there. And actually, Newbren, who does that AI that makes the backgrounds of our videos, they also develop card games and board games, tabletop games, and they're going to be there as well, so you should definitely check them out. All right, so Evil Expo, and you can find the information at evilexpo.com. On that note, my name is Edgar, and this is Mystcon. Have a creepy day.